What's going on, everybody? Without further ado, you already know what time it is. It's your boy Jamal Dabney, live from DAB. And today, we're talking about 10 legendary heroes that find their inspiration and their likeness to the divine pantheon of ancient Greek gods of legendary times. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Before we delve into the mythic origins of our beloved heroes, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a moment of ancient superhero lore with DAB. Now, let's get into it. Our first hero is none other than the Scarlet Speedster, the Flash, who embodies the traits of the messenger god Hermes. Much like Hermes, the Flash zips around the world at incredible speed, delivering justice to those in need. His lightning-fast heroics make him a true heir to the winged god of the messengers, Hermes himself. Now, Wally West, who served as the Flash for the majority of the post-Crisis on Infinite Earths era, the Scarlet Speedster could be considered to be the Justice League's version of Hermes, or Mercury as he was known in ancient Rome. Hermes was the messenger of the gods and the patron of travel, who was often depicted in running poses, which creates an obvious association with the Flash. In fact, Wally West's predecessor, Jay Garrick, actually wore a helmet and wing-tipped boots that his creators intentionally based on the said god. Like Hermes, Wally was one of the youngest members of the team, just like Hermes is the most youngest and naive of all of the Greek gods. Next up, we have the fearless Green Lantern, channeling the essence of the sun god Apollo. Like Apollo, the Green Lantern Corps illuminates the darkest corners of the universe with their power rings, harnessing the energy of the sun to protect all life. Next up, we have the Emerald Archer, Green Arrow, draws inspiration from the huntress goddess Artemis. With unparalleled archery skills, Green Arrow hits his mark every single time. And just as the goddess of the hunt struck down her prey with precision, Artemis, or Diana in ancient Rome, was the god of the hunt and a patron of archery. Depictions of Artemis often involve her carrying or wielding a bow. Therefore, her superhero successor could be none other than DC's universe's premier archer, the Green Arrow. Next, we have Dionysus, the god of revelry and access, finds a reflection in none other than the hilariously elastic Plastic Man. With his shape-shifting abilities and Zanty antics, Plastic Man resembles and embodies the essence of a wild party boy and joyful celebrations. Prepare to enter the shadowy realm of Hades, where we find the Caped Crusader himself as the Dark Knight. Batman shares many similarities with Hades, the ruler of the underworld, striking fear into the hearts of evildoers who dare to cross his path. Thematically, Batman's preoccupation with death gives him a stronger connection to the underworld than many of his colleagues, as does his relative moral ambiguity. Like Hades, Batman often avoids Mount Olympus, aka the Justice League Watchtower, as he prefers to stay underground in his dark domain, Gotham City. Next, we have the brilliant engineer, Steel, which draws his inspiration from Hephaestus, the god of blacksmiths and craftsmanship. Steel's genius and ability to create powerful weapons and armor make him a modern-day embodiment of the divine smith. Hephaestus, known as Vulcan to the ancient Romans, was a forger of the gods. He was a patron of technology and craft, and notoriously abandoned by his parents because of his appearance. Fortunately for Steel, also known as John Henry Irons, these comparisons only go but so far. Steele's background as a master inventor allowed him to play a vital engineering role within the Justice League, and his use of a hammer adds the visual tie to the ancient Greek blacksmith. As we dive into the depths of the seas, we encounter Aquaman, the king of Atlantis, channeling the mighty Poseidon. Much like Poseidon's dominion over the seas, Aquaman commands the seas and protects the creatures that dwell within the depths. Arthur Curry is capable of communicating with all forms of marine life and wielding a range of superhuman powers based on his underwater heritage. Because of these reasons, he is an easy match for Poseidon, aka Neptune from ancient Rome, who was the god of the seas. During the turn of the century, writer Peter David's definitive run on Aquaman made these connections even stronger. The character received a major makeover, giving him long hair, a beard, and a more belligerent personality, in a conscious effort to bring him closer to the legends of Poseidon. Next, we have Orion, the new god of war. Finds resonance with the god of war, Ares. With his ferocious battle skills, Orion represents the eternal struggle between good and evil. Much like the deity that he mirrors, Orion is the son of Darkseid, who arguably is the DC Universe's ultimate villain and was raised by the benevolent High Father of New Genesis. He's the ultimate warrior among the pantheon of Jack Kirby's Fourth World, which makes him a fitting counterpart to Ares, the ancient Greek god of war. Ares, who was called Mars by the Romans, had an antagonistic relationship with the rest of the Olympians. As a result, this creates another commonality with Orion, who resented being sent to Earth and often butted heads with his JLA colleagues, especially Wonder Woman, who isn't a big fan of the original Ares either. Behold Wonder Woman, a true Amazonian warrior and a shining example of Athena, the goddess of wisdom. Wonder Woman's strength, intelligence, and compassion embody the spirit of her divine counterpart. Given that Wonder Woman is a character based on Greek mythology, it's somewhat iconic that her Olympian roots are more difficult to settle on. Athena is the goddess of wisdom and battle strategy, which fits Diana, who was raised to rule and advance civilization and master their methods on warfare. On the other hand, she's Superman's equal in terms of power and respect, which makes her closer to Hera, even though she's not actually married to Superman despite the new 52's best efforts to the contrary. Even Aphrodite is a possible match, considering how in the original comics, she was the god responsible for creating the Amazons. Finally, we come to the Man of Steel himself, Superman, drawing inspiration from the king of the gods, Zeus. Like Zeus, Superman is the most powerful and revered among all the heroes. Symbolizing hope and justice for the world, he is the lead of the Justice League and also the ultimate patriarchal figure, much like Zeus, whose classical depiction even influenced the popular representations of the westernized monotheistic god. Zeus is the king of the gods and lord of the heavens, which suits Superman, who has mastery of the sky and outer space. In some issues of JLA, Superman had acquired a blue costume due to events taking place in the Man of Steel solo titles. This period gave Superman a set of electricity-based powers, which brought him closer to Zeus, who has also adopted lightning. and also who is named the god of lightning. And there you have it. 10 remarkable DC heroes, each representing a facet of the Greek pantheon. They not only pay homage to the ancient gods, but also pave the way for a new era of heroes in this modern age. Well, I hope you enjoyed this fascinating exploration into mythic connections between DC superheroes and the Greek pantheon. If you found this video exhilarating as a clash of titans, give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow fans. Don't forget to leave a comment below letting us know your favorite hero and god pairing. Until the next video, stay dynamic. It's DAB. We'll see you in the next one.